We know, Peter, there were other clubs interested in you, but was it an easy decision to make to come here?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, obviously the sheer size of the club. I think it's moving forward. Obviously, I've worked with the manager before, and enjoyed working for him. So, there was other options, but I was very keen to come here.
Do you see this as a potential top 4 club even next season, and was that important to you at this stage in your career?
I believe this club's certainly going forward, and I think it's if anyone's got the potential, it's very difficult to break into the top 4, but if anyone's got the potential, I think we have here. We've got good players, good young players, and the size of the club, the fan base, and we've certainly got as good a chance as any.
And obviously it's the 3rd club I think you've worked with Harry Redknapp at, but also linking up again with Jermaine Defoe. How exciting a prospect is that? I've
played with Jay before, and we've always worked well together, but we've got a competition for places here. There's other strikers here as well, but certainly when I play with Jermaine, we've always scored goals and always had a good relationship. So if we play together, I'm sure it'll work.
Yeah, I guess a lot of folk will think it's the linking up of you two again, but how excited about maybe playing with Robbie Keane too in a frontline partnership?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and Pavlyuchenko as well. All 3 of them are fantastic players, and always admired Robbie Keane as a footballer, and like I say, I've seen a lot of Jermaine because I played with him, but he's a fantastic finisher, and I think all of us could complement each other.
Yeah, Harry, on that subject, great options you've got at the moment. Is it a happy headache to have, as it were, in terms of?
Yeah, of course. It's nice to have lots of good players. It's an headache when you haven't got very many good players. So we're in a good position, as Peter said. We've got 4 terrific strikers here now, and the competition will be fierce, and it gives me good options.
We can see what Jermaine and Peter have done together, yeah. but Robbie and Peter as well could be down the middle.
They're all top players. Peter's a terrific player, and I've been lucky enough to have managed him, as he said before. He's an England centre forward, and so he gives us a great option as well. And he can bring something else that we haven't had here. He's a terrific footballer as well as he's being a target man. He can also he can play and score goals. So. Yeah, we've got good options now. It's good.
Does it mean anything about Roman Pavlyuchenko's future here? Is he still very much
part
of the
what I keep
plans?
have here is I think he's a real, technically he's a fantastic player. Good finisher. It was his first year last year in the Premier, and he'll only get better. So it's a nice situation.
And in terms of maybe some other business you might look to conclude, we hear conflicting stories about Sebastian Bassong. Can you clear up what the situation is with him at the moment?
Well, the chairman's talking. I don't get involved in that side of it. I identify a player, and then it's up to the chairman. Does everything else as far as the dealing with the player and the clubs and the wages and everything else that comes with that. And he's dealing. It's in his hands, and so I left it to the chairman to see how we go with it.
You're keen on him, and you're hopeful maybe something.
Yeah, he's a player we like. I like him very much. I think he's a young player with a good future,
In terms of the centre-back situation at the moment, we know Jonathan's been having treatment. Is there a time scale now? Are you more of a time scale that you understand in terms of when he might be available again?
I wouldn't be sure. We've had 3 opinions and all been quite different, So we'll have to make up our mind which we feel is the best option to go with for him, and hopefully get him fit as soon as we can.
What's the best hope in that regard?
Well, we don't know really. Certainly the start of the season looks a bit iffy at the moment, but you never know. We'll have to just see.
And is this, maybe one of the extra pieces in the jigsaw that you think, bear in mind how you finished the season last season, it can really make you contenders?
Well, I think you have to keep strengthening the squad if you can and moving forward. And Jonathan's got an injury, and Michael Dawson, who did terrific for us as well last year. Michael's got an injury at the moment, and he's going to miss the start of the season. So really, we're relying on Ledley. He's the only recognised centre half we've got, and he really hasn't trained as usual. I think he's had 1 day out with us since yesterday was the first morning he's come out since last season. So we'll have to wait and see.
Just finally a word from Peter for you on Portsmouth. Obviously happy times with Harry at Portsmouth. Bit of a concern in the way the club is at the moment, the uncertainty there.
Obviously it's not ideal that they've lost a lot of players and what have you, but they've got a good manager in place there, and if anyone can get them out of the trouble they're in now, then I'm sure he can. And it was a hard end to the season last season, and he managed to stay up. So yeah, I wish them all the well, but you know, it's going to be a difficult season, I think.
Peter, it's your second spell here. Didn't make the first team last time. How has the place changed?
Not too. I mean, the training grounds are the same. You know, not too much has changed. I think the squad's improved. We've got a bigger squad here now. Obviously, that was a long time ago. So you know, I think the club's moved on, and I certainly think it can move on further.
Yeah. And in terms of your teammates, they've been away in Asia, of course, so you've been training back here. What are your early impressions of them from what you've seen?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I know a great deal of the players from playing under 21s or playing against them. We've got a lot of English players that I know well from the international.